I see you.
I heard you too, right?
All right, good morning again. So it's my delight to introduce our guest speaker, Reverend Dr. Sherri Lynne. She's a dynamic and visionary spiritual leader, and I think you've heard her speak here a few times, so you know that's the truth. And we're delighted to have her back here. So as a reminder, she's a minister of Center for Spiritual Living through Creative Metamorphosis and an ordained minister with a Doctor of Divinity degree through Emerson. She also is a practitioner emeritus. Oh my God, emeritus. How about English is my second language? Emeritus and Centers for Spiritual Living. She has been in service for many, many years helping clients see the truth of who they really are. So please put your hands together and welcome Reverend Sherri.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. Good morning.
I don't have my headpiece, but I have this mic, so I'll be speaking loud.
You
I
gotta
just-
hold it though.
Oh.
Like treat it like it's ice cream.
Oh. I might not be able to talk then. And so, I just want to say welcome to everyone who's here. I'm excited to be here again. And at a time in our lives, I feel like I really have something to share. I have been going back and forth on how to present this. Not so much should I present it, but how to present it. And I'm not a political person. And there's so much going on in the world, I don't even have to focus on that. And so what I'm offering you here today, how to really know who you are in God. That there is a God, and we're here to serve this God and to focus on this God, and knowing that all is well in that. And so I just want to say, be at peace. That was so wonderful. That was so wonderful because mainly that's not the title, but that's the census of what I'm speaking about. It's being at peace, regardless of what's going on. Regardless of what's going on in the world. Because right now we're at a time where there's a lot of chaos, discord, just things where people are feeling really, really uncomfortable. Whether you're on this side or that side, doesn't matter. It's just there is a, let's say, I don't like to use the word confusion, but there's a lot of stuff going on right now. And a lot of people, not everybody, but a lot of people are feeling, and I think a lot more people than usual are feeling pretty heavy right about now. But what I'm here to offer you is not to look with your outside eyes, to go within and look within, knowing that it's the Spirit of God moving you forward in this life. So we know that there is no power outside of God. And we know that we have this same power that moves in and through us. And our responsibility is to lay there. I want to say lay low, but lay in that, knowing that we have this power. And so regardless of what's going on in life, we get to rest there. And what happens, unfortunately, is a lot of us go to fear. What if we look at the outer of being and give power to it? Give power to it, give power to a person that is outside of ourselves. But we're in this philosophy where we know that God is real, that God is powerful, and that we are one with this power. We don't have to look outside. We need to just stay where we are and know that this too shall pass. We've been through some stuff before, and this is just one of those times those things that are happening. I trust God. I trust and know that whatever's happening right now is for the betterment of all of us. I know and I believe that there is a paradigm shift happening. And I look at it like, okay, I know there is change happening. And a lot of times when it happens, things are torn apart. They are torn apart to be put back together. But we don't have to be worried. We just have to stay knowing that God is right where we are. Mm-hmm. God is. So we look within and we recognize who we are. Individualized expression of this one magnificent being that we are part of. And we hold true to God's unchanging word. That God is right here with us. And there is power in this word. And I look at how sometimes I get upset and mad. And I'm like saying, well, how do I not be mad? Or how do I forgive this situation? How do I not carry this load? And what can I do? One of the things that happened to me one time when I was married, my husband used to do things that really, I don't say he irritated me, but I became irritated because he did them. And I had to look at myself one day and said, Sherri, if that was a baby, would you be irritated with the baby? And my answer was no. And so I had to look at that innerness within him to say, treat this like that. Mm. Treat this like that, because this kept coming up on my head across this board as this whole opportunity we're having now is forgive them for they not know what they do. Forgive them for they not know what they do. And so that's what just kept coming up to me, is to treat that love that we love for like a baby. Treat it like that. Treat it like that, because no matter what happens in the world, we don't have to go into an angst feeling all upset and just tight. Because when we do that, we shift our energy. We lower our frequency. And then we get more of that. Just like this morning coming here. It could have been really frustrating. But I ended up cracking up at myself. Because I kept getting lost. And I don't know why I'm lost. I think I left a little later than I usually do. So I was driving a little faster. So I missed. And then my GPS some kind of way went off. And when I came back on, it had me going to some other place. And I'm like, oh my goodness. And my sister's just like, oh my God, you got us all in these different areas. And I said, I can't get mad. I can't, because I want to be peace at all times in my life. So even in the midst of this, I'm trusting that I'm going to get there on time and I'm going to be okay. Because if I would have came in here upset, I probably wouldn't remember what I'm going to talk about. My energy would have been tight. And all I could do is sit there and laugh. And I felt really good about that. Because I can come up here and talk like I have some sense today. So, and so I just really want to share more about giving people grace regardless. I know that sometimes we really don't understand a person. Sometimes we just don't understand, and sometimes we just, in our mind, may batter this person in our mind. But we must remember that none of us, I would say, are perfect in our human selves. And that we must give grace. We must give grace. And I know sometimes it's difficult to do that. But we must give grace. Because when we give grace, grace is given back to us. So remember, we are mirrors of life. What we give out, it reflects right back to us. And as difficult as some things may be, we have to find that in our heart, knowing that this power that created us for purpose. And so whatever's happening now, I know in my heart that there is good coming out of this. It may be good coming out, and just it could be for anything that's happening in your life. That somebody might have done something to you or feel offended by them, or taken something from you that was very meaningful in your life. So how do we move past that? How do we begin to see things differently around those people or around those situations? And one thing is to stop looking with the physical eye. We have to start going within and asking Spirit to lead, guide, and direct our every step. I'm not saying that things don't happen and they don't hurt. I understand that, so I'm not trying to do a spiritual bypass here or sweep anything under the rug. But what I am saying is to keep your eye on the kingdom, and all will be given to you. Yes, things will happen. And it's a Bible quote. Gosh, I didn't write it down here, but what comes my mind is, it's like 10 things may fall on my left, so many things may fall on my right, but thine will not touch me. Mm-hmm. Thine will not touch me. I will not be touched. But we got to believe that. We got to hold true to that. We have to really be with that. Because if we are going, oh, look at this, oh, this is happening, oh my God, then you're buying into that power. That's not you. When you stand in your truth and say, whatever's going around me, okay, but I know right here, right now, that I am well. I am well. I'm okay. I believe and trust in God, knowing that there is something happening, but it's for the good of all. It's for the good. And rest in that. Move in that. Speak about that. When you speak to people, speak about that. Because people will come up to you and start talking about all this other stuff because of their fear. Don't buy into it. Don't buy into the fear. You know, think of something that you know that's going well in your life and focus on that. Keep focusing on that. And if someone comes up to you, and because many people have come up to me saying things that, you know, I don't necessarily have conversation about, I will tell them, I don't want to talk about that. You know, and you know, they say different things to me and stuff, but I still don't want to talk about that. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to talk about that. And you and my friends go, oh yeah, I know you don't want to listen to that. You don't want, no. And I'm okay with that because I feel peace. That's why when I get lost up in these hills or wherever, I can come in here laughing and not stressed out because I don't have a lot of that in me of being, you know, sometimes I don't think I know how to do that. Sometimes I think, what is going on with me that I don't feel a lot of sorrow. I do. I'm a very compassionate person, but I don't hold on to stuff, and I trust. That's one of the things I have really been working on myself these past couple of years, is trusting God, trusting life, trusting that there is a power and a presence that moves in my life and in others' lives. So I honor people. I honor everyone. I honor even what's going on in life now, because we have been praying for peace. And I think many of us thought, we pray for peace, and peace is going to go, oh, it's peace now. It's the roots are being pulled up. The roots are being pulled up, and it's our job and responsibility to hold on, hold steadfast, and know the truth. And know the truth. Stop looking at what you see with your eyes and go within. We must see as God sees. We must. There is a great plan unfolding. I know it is. And I'm staying in that. I'm staying in whether I'm on the front line, the sideline, or whatever. I'm standing knowing that it's something happening. And we're just in that time where it's happening. You think about all the years from before Christ or whatever, there was always stuff happening. It was just transition. People were just transitioning to different things. And so it didn't like the world didn't fall apart. You know, anybody's individual world necessarily didn't fall apart. We came together. We've come more together. And so, what I offer you is to see with the eyes of the divine. No longer looking at separateness or someone being our enemy, because we are all interconnected. We are all in, we may came here in physical human bodies differently, but in God we are one. There is no separation. And so for me to not give someone else grace, it's also me not accepting it or allowing it for myself. So we're to just look within and look at each other and see that loving baby, that Christ, of Christ. And we shift our perceptions from fear to love. Things open up for us. The doors open up. The heart opens up. Things start to radiate. We have the power to change any discord in our lives. We have to know it. We have to pray through it. We have to affirm it. It's work. It's not easy. Some people think, oh, well, I did my affirmations or I did my prayer. No, it's not just a prayer. It's the feeling, the belief you have in the prayer that you're doing. Do you really believe? So I'm offering that to you because this stuff works. Bottom line, it works. So if you're going through anything in your life right now, first of all, you have to do the work. And then you'll see how God shows up, regardless of what's going on in life. So you may ask, what is mine to do? This I know for sure. We do not fight darkness with darkness. We shine our light. We do not allow fear to consume us. We embody love. And a great shift is happening in this world. The old way of power, control, and division are falling away. It may not look like it, and it may feel uncomfortable, but hold true to God's word. Keep your eye on the kingdom of God, and all else will be given to you. Each of us have a role to play. Play it. I know that one of my ways is to speak. Some people, do other ways. I don't even want to go into anything specific because I'm not trying to guide it to one thing or another, but we all have our part in this life. And if we do our part, whatever that is, it's for the greater good of all. However, let God lead you. When I say that, is sometimes we have something in our hearts that we're just going to go do it because I know this is what I'm supposed to do. But make sure that you're clear about what you are to do. Let the answers come. And when they come and you know they're the answers, don't stand back and be afraid. Know that you are protected and move forward. And one of the things that Mahatma Gandhi said, you must be the change you wish to see in the world. And so as I close, we are called to rise higher, to see things differently. Know that God is alive here, this energy, this being is here, and God is actually in charge. Let us hold the vision of the world united, uplifted, and transformed by love. May we recognize the sacred in all people. May we extend grace and walk in faith. May we keep our hearts fixed on the kingdom, knowing that all we need is already given. It's time to hold strong. But there is something we all can do. Hold on to your faith, strong faith. God will see us through. And there is a power and a presence that moves through all things that the world throws our way. Our energy is powerful, and we can focus on the good, standing strong and knowing that justice is being served. Your charge, start owning your power and stand in your truth. Walk in knowing that all is well no matter what your outer eyes may see. Each day declare, I am a divine expression of God. I see as God sees, knowing all is well. Let your faith be unwavering. Be bold and stand firm in knowing and living your truth. Move with the confidence that Spirit is working through you and nothing can shake the truth of who you are. Let us go into prayer. As we take these breaths, as we take this breath of life, let's just exhale it. Knowing that there is a power and a presence that moves in and through all things, and that I hold steadfast to it, regardless of appearance, regardless of what's going on in my life, regardless of what's going on in the world. I know that there is a power and a presence, and I trust that. And I know that this power and the presence moves within me as it moves within each and every one of us here. We have this power. We know what is ours to do. We move forward in that. And we just give thanks for life itself, knowing that all is well. And so I'm so grateful to be able to speak this word, knowing that there is a change happening. And regardless how uncomfortable it may be, it's for good. And I know that all is well. And I am grateful for that. And I let this be, and so it is.
We have an affirmation.
Oh, we do, don't we? The affirmation is, can you repeat after me? I recognize God's presence in all things and everyone, regardless of appearances. So let's say that one more time. I recognize God's presence in all things and everyone, regardless of appearances. And so it is.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.